What's happening there, Witcher fans? We are here to watch the episode 3 of season 2. Yeah, I know. My least favorite part is doing the intros as well. You want us to hurry it up? We'll hurry it up. Hit the like button. That's the quickest way to get past this whole process. Subscribe and click that notification bell. Full-length watch longs we sync up with the time code for Witcher over our Patreon page. Blah, blah, blah. Covers so many shows over there. At the same time, you get the actual reaction highlights and watch alongs included. We've heard this before, Greg. Oh, and why aren't you doing it? Last but not least, thank you to the boys over at Prepper. They rock. I'm not going to skip over that. Moment of silence. Okay. Wish Geralt was my daddy.
CIRI, you are safe here.
He made his choice. Cost us a brother.
That wasn't our brother. Not by the end of it. And bitterness won't help us find what killed him.
Oh, I know what killed him.
Leave it alone.
No. You guys have to stick together.
Last I checked, we come here to rest in the winter, and to restore, and to have some fun. Not train till our legs give out.
Training is fun.
1 more hour.
Fine, 1 more hour. Then you can hang what's left of me on the medallion tree.
Funny you should mention that. Ooh.
You would have found it by now.
We got a lab full of alchemical compounds that can change day to fucking night. I'm not going to give up now.
But it's time to let Eskel rest. He deserves the peace.
Nah, they should find out what's going on.
Oh my god, how handy would that be?
You seem to mourn a little bit harder for her than everyone else.
Elves are not our enemy.
They've already aligned with Nilfgaard, proving what many of us have known for centuries. They cannot be trusted.
Why should they trust you?
We'll be burying a lot more than 14 mages then.
13.
Oh. Care less about those others.
This does seem that way, doesn't it?
Just like you were at Sodden. You did what you had to do. And I, for one, will always be grateful for your sacrifice.
Ooh. Did you know she would end up this way?
Maybe. Yennefer did ruefully laugh.
I'm not little and I'm not afraid.
It's easy to say, but our road is a dark one, full of dangers. Is that what you want?
I want to do what a witcher does.
Come on then.
That was really unnecessary.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have to replace that now.
It's just like American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. Kaer Morhen, Ninja Warrior. Oh, yeah.
Still want to be a witcher?
This is all it takes to be a Witcher. Just cross that.
All you gotta do is complete this one obstacle course.
Yeah.
Now you can rest.
Damn. These guys are like children of Esmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally.
They're here.
Remember when you stabbed me?
Remember you got a worm in your ear? Speaking of which, can we inspect your head?
Surely the savior of Sodden would know how to heat a pool.
Huh.
What's with all this cutting away from the nudity?
Yeah, guys, jeez.
Jeez, I know you wouldn't be in the YouTube cut, but
Include
still.
us boys, come on.
How
Falco was quarter elven, just as Yennefer is.
So what are you saying? Yennefer's related to Falco?
Of course not. A historian should know bloodlines better.
This guy's freaking historian over here.
I was there when Falco destroyed Mirth, and all the mages in it. Her violence etched here forever.
Whoa. How do we know that's not an illusion?
You've been lying to us about your hands this whole time.
What else don't you have on your body?
The only certainty on this continent, my boy, is that no one is ever what they see.
Sexist.
What? Just hate women, man.
Damn it.
Come on, Ciri. Let's go back. You've had enough.
Oh, so you and I've had enough. Hey, well done.
Now,
grab the top
that
one.
I would not do.
Ride it around. Ah, good.
Ouch. God.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
ooh.
yeah.
Sharp wood.
Nice try, princess. Admit it. You belong in a castle, not our keep.
Oh, even he's like, you're being really mean, man.
Dick, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you guys just excelled your first time around.
So sorry.
Ooh.
Heroes don't go mysteriously missing for a month after battle.
You know, it's telling that you don't understand such complex concepts as prisoners of war.
So you were in the company of Nilfgaard.
Oh, God, this guy's such an asshole.
If you don't want to chat about your true intentions, I'll be forced to use a method your dear Tisea has grown so fond of.
Oh, no, 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 no.
That's more like it.
No.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I love them two together.
Yeah.
Again, stop showing off. Steady your legs and breathe, damn it.
Oh, now he's teaching her. That's amazing. I love it.
Everyone's watching. Oh my god.
I love it.
Whoa. Whoa. Nice.
Geralt, you're so cool. Just shows up and like, let's see how this goes. Not it. Nice work. Oh, almost perfect landing. Go again.
So close.
Oh, they're the best. Father-daughter team of the year.
Trying every herb, every potion, every spell to get back what I had, what I deserve. Tell me how to save myself. I cannot. I don't believe you!
Aww.
From the moment we met, you have been trying to fill a void. Power couldn't do it, even when you had it at your fingertips. What makes you think it's the answer now?
Because it's all I have left!
Tobey Maguire was in the exact same position as Spider-Man.
Just gotta get your groove back.
Yeah.
You're just recuperating.
Now dig on this.
I want to be a great fighter, and not just against sacks of straw.
You gotta master the foundations first, goddammit.
You gotta pace yourself.
I've known many who wanted to be great fighters in my time. Do you know where they are now?
Greatly fighting.
They were in a battle somewhere.
Cemeteries.
A book on how to be a dad?
So your kid wants to be a witcher. Is that pieces of skull? Ooh.
Turns to a giallo horror film.
You keep looking down. That's why you're losing your balance. Your enemies aren't on the ground.
They found a new hobby.
So bored. They're like, oh, thank God.
We'll trade her.
That strange feeling that you get like someone's coming after you when you think about it. What's the first word that comes into your mind?
A pull. It's like I'm being pulled.
Pulled towards what?
I don't know.
Cohen's checked out.
Boring.
If you were to follow that feeling, where would it take you?
What? It's missing a hand.
It's S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Whoa! Whoa! What?
Run!
This was a bad idea.
Oh, oh. Oh.
That is disgusting.
It's like a stick bug and a centipede at a baby in hell.
What is this thing? It looks so mutated.
Oh. It's the thing.
Oh! Wow. Whoa. What the?
That's gotta be some kind of mutant. Somebody manufacturing monsters again?
Wonder if Yennefer's powers are gonna kick in.
Even more fire than before.
His head will be sent to Sintra to make our voices heard. This is what strength looks like.
Displays of strength, man. Be wary.
What if you mess up on the axe?
Oh, I got a shoulder shit.
Yeah, like... Damn.
Ooh, no.
Burn it all.
This guy. Oh, it's a bit hot.
Burn it to the ground. Get on her back, man.
Why save me?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm saving me.
They never respected you, Yennefer. Cool.
Damn.
Exactly like how I predicted. Beginning to end. Didn't miss a beat.
No, that's what we call you, just the Witcher beat sheet.
Oh man, this is so predictable, this show.
Every time we sit down, Greg's like, here's how it's gonna go.
Hey now. That was great.
That's a good one.
That was a great episode. Everything was firing on all cylinders. Yeah, wildfire-like. So it sucks, man. Yennefer's never gonna get her powers back ever again.
No, there's no way.
There's no way the show would never do that.
No.
Actually, respect to the show. She actually never got the powers.
You know, I was thinking about that in the middle of this episode when in the bath scene. I was like, you know, that would be a pretty hard challenge for a character to persist and to really take that message to heart of, you know, in losing what you think is your greatest asset, perhaps you can unlock your greatest strength.
Well, I think what makes Yennefer such a strong character was never really her magic.
If you're nothing without the suit, if you're nothing without your boobs, you don't deserve to have.
No. You guys know what I'm getting at. Something about like who she is internally, you know,
and the struggles or whatever,
her mind and
her resilience and her cunning.
Yeah.
All fancy words for.
We are the men of our two.
Welcome to Reviews with Guys.
Yeah, no, she's such a brilliant actress. Now every storyline is just really strong here. I loved everything with Ciri and Geralt. That was probably my favorite part of this whole episode. Well, I love the way they did the juxtaposition when, oh God, what's his name? Cohen and Lambert is the other guy. Lambert is the other guy.
So yeah,
Lando, I forget. I'm gonna call him Lambert from now on. You guys can yell at me in the comments. But of how they're so opposing towards Ciri being here, and they pretty much put her up on the obstacle course to taunt her and put her down and say like, I'm going to show you that you're not worthy of being here. And then they do like a little time jump and they're like, no, you're doing it wrong. Here's how you got to like
Everyone's
they're coaching her and they're all cheering her on, you know, and she's winning over their respect with her resilience. I think it was such a cathartic moment, and what we do root for her. And I think the way they flesh out the relationship with Geralt and her is, you know, like I'd expect in like any other show for like father figure to show up and be like, what are you doing? Get down from there, sir. You know, something like that.
Deliberately disobeyed me.
But he just shows up stoic and observing and just, all right, let's watch. And all he says is so close. It's so brilliant. I think the way they do that, and like anything with like snowy landscapes and me feeling the weather and environment, I think is really strong stuff. So yeah, I think that to me is my favorite part in getting to live here in like, oh my God, Kaer Morhen, yeah. Gonna live in Kaer Morhen and see their lifestyle in Vesemir, of really a much more, because all we have to go off of Vesemir's background is Nightmare of the Wolves. So, you know, seeing how he was sort of indoctrinated into the Witcher lifestyle, and he seemed to be at a different age where he can be a little bit more human than the other ones. Yeah. Well, if anything, Geralt's actually abnormally more stoic than the other ones. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, it's like, you know, Vesemir came up in the old way of the Witchers, and then at the transition point there where he's got to basically be dad to the remaining few, he's like, we're gonna do things different.
Yeah. But watching him cry over S.H.I.E.L.'s death and having to mourn him, the loss of that, and how much it's driving him nuts. And also, you know, leading to the Leshy?
Leshy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Leading to the Leshy.
The Lychee.
Which is crazy. You see the tree thing, and then you're like, oh, and then crazy centipede.
I love that gross. Too. It's just like a nice little trapping of the world of like, oh man, you think you got one problem on your hands, wait till this bigger problem comes and eats it up in front of you.
So well done. But the Yennefer stuff, John, take it away.
Oh man, Yennefer is suffering right now. I mean, I'm curious as to how they're going to handle her return to magic, because I have to imagine that's the choice they will make. But I like that at least we have this one episode to really sit within that and to kind of bounce it off of everybody else. There are the remaining mages who did make it through the battle, who are there, who all have their different battle scars or whatever. And just watching, I loved what was underneath the surface of her performance, because so much of her performance in this episode has to be played that way, because she doesn't want to admit the truth and accept the truth for herself.
Yeah.
And I mean, continuing on with like her and Tissaya's relationship is there's so much that's unspoken, even though more is spoken than ever before in terms of Tissaya's connection to her and her care for her. And I feel like there's still a lot more to unpack in terms of like where that comes from, because Tisseya clearly sees a lot of herself in Yen, and she clearly has a bond very special and distinct to her. And so yeah, watching her position in this whole political disarray, and watching as you've got guys like Stregobor and all of them, casting doubt and trying to, maintain their seats of power. Like, they've done a really nice job of drawing a personal struggle that's also deeply intertwined with a bunch of political mayhem.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really appreciate where it ultimately winds up, because even though it's not necessarily her accepting and having to deal with her loss of magic, it is a big event that you cannot turn back. Like, now there's no returning to Aretuza and the rest of them, and I bet that'll lead to more moments with Istred in the future. But just the whole build up to her slicing the chain and letting Cahir free. I really like the debate they drew around that, and just the doubts of, spending all this time with the aftermath of Sodden and everyone in Aretuza, and sort of figuring out, what is the best plan of action for Yen. And it seems like I'm getting the sense that part of the point of this season is to look at both Nilfgaard and the elves and the Brotherhood and be like, okay, we come up in the perspective of one through this character, so we're inclined to believe in the Brotherhood and characters like Venga Hertz,
Vincent Vega.
I've known his name the entire episode, and now it's foggy. But Vilgefortz, there you go. Yeah, Vilgefortz and Tisseya, we like them, especially Tisseya, but it seems like now they might be casting that doubt of, what if the people who are siding with Nilfgaard are right? And what if Nilfgaard's goal is actually just to feed and clothe? I feel like that's a dubious prospect, because a lot of tyrants would love you to believe that line of reasoning, but at the same time, I'm curious as to maybe because they've drawn Nilfgaard and company as such villains up until now, maybe they are going to do that, where hey, we've been on the wrong side this whole time. But
I don't know, man.
No.
Nilfgaard, they seem to cast people who play it villainous.
That's true.
Right down to this.
That's true.
Right down to our little prisoner here.
I know, but even he's more interesting now than before.
He still comes across quite evil.
yeah. But I don't know. I feel like they could be, and this is just my own, interpretation, but I feel like they could be playing off of that some, because there is a lot of mistrust between these people. So why would you be as vulnerable or personable towards somebody who you view as your captor and your enemy, and someone who wants to destroy your way of life,
I mean, even in the scenes where he wasn't held captive, he was still kind of messed up.
Hey.
Although he did seem like when he was trying to attain CIRI, that he was actually trying to help her in some way before he got into a fight with the doppelganger guy.
Yeah.
Or the shapeshifter guy.
Yeah.
He did seem like, I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to help you realize what you have within you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both sides seem bad. I think that's the whole point of the show.
Yeah. Everybody pulling the strings is bad, and there's a bunch of good people trying to make it work underneath them.
Because Aretuza, as much as that was where Yennefer was, her origin tale lies so much within there. Every time we cut to it, it's like she never, she's the hero of Sodden, and then somehow is still being persecuted, for literally doing nothing wrong. And somehow all that, what's the guy's name? Bad guy from Aretuza.
Oh, Stregobor.
The
guy with the beard and
balding
hair.
Yeah. With Stregobor, with him, he's just mad. He completely violates her, and then take it to the council, and then a second later they're like, he's got a point, he did what he had to do. We can't trust her. We don't know for sure.
Times take extreme measures,
And she's already stripped of her power. She literally gave up everything for this battle,
for the cause.
And then it is cool to see, oh wow, in their next episode or third episode, just Now she's switching sides against the people that she fought against. You know, it is a challenging prospect for audiences to go on a journey like this, but they all seem like the men at the high tables are all like freaking awful people. But I imagine Nilfgaard is not exactly going to be quite ideal either. It was but you know, he's not the only. What's Lenny Kravitz's name? Istrid. And yeah, with Istrid, him defecting sides was actually interesting too. You know, like you don't know really what to trust, and I think it would be cool if you do pull out that veil and see that there was a gray there that we just didn't see, and perhaps that's why in season 1 you never really spent time with Nilfgaard directly to show you that, oh, this was really just a challenge, a battle of perspectives, and not really that they were these terrible humans.
Yeah, even though they might be propaganda.
They did start, you know, they did go on a war and they kind of just dominate lands and attack villages. And
that's right.
So remember when they were launching witch nukes?
Yeah, it's true. They were making witch mages, you know, turn into energy bombs.
People, it's regular people, just murder them.
Yeah.
But that's war for you, man. War's war. Sign up, get drafted.
Travel the world, meet interesting people, and kill them.
Yeah. So good shit though, and I think like the way they've been juggling a bunch of different tones here. You know, you got one that is like the uprising of CIRI in a much different landscape and a much different tone that has this almost awe-inspiring effect to it and a more calamity towards the situation. And then you got this like chaos, political, more supernatural enhanced, sometimes breaking into straight up horror with whether it be the visions of the old woman or you know, Yennefer being imprisoned and tortured. That side, they're very different stories they're telling, but you can't see how that one day they will coalesce. But weirdly enough, it's like I feel like in the prior season I might have been like, yeah, it's all about the Yennefer stuff. But if I had a preference, I would say actually it is the Geralt and CIRI storyline. There's something just more endearing about it, I guess. You know?
Well, yeah, and it's really gratifying because in the first season, I think, and watching this so close to the first season, one of, I think, the complaints you can kind of levy is that, like, CIRI does a lot of running around and running away from stuff, but that's
just a real character.
But yeah, it's a lot of like, oh, we cut to her for like a scene and then most of the rest of the episode. Whereas now you're actually like super invested both in her, but also her relationship with Geralt, the rest of the Witchers, and even that. Like I liked the gradual way they played that, where it's like, okay, these Witchers, like, yeah, they're not open to her, but they're also not bad guys, because when she's proving herself, everyone's like, hell yeah, let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like a fraternal quality, and yeah, it's always fun to watch someone, you know, prove themselves.
And it is nice that they went down that path. I don't know how the rest of it's going to progress, but I was like, oh man, is this thing going to be like CIRI's going to be the thing that tears Geralt apart from his brothers? But then to take this other path, they're like, oh no, they're all bonding with her. Good. Yeah, this is much better.
And from what I gather, like, people didn't love the handling of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Kaer Morhen in general in the last episode, so I'm curious about this one. But yeah, I exactly agree, because I was like, oh no, is this going to be the wedge that means we got to leave here now? And I'm sure they'll find a reason to leave Kaer Morhen sooner or later. But
when winter's done.
Yeah. when we're done chilling.
We're done resting.
Yeah. But you know, they say there's a lot of mayhem that could befall them even when they're trying to rest.
That's what you think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a chill season for Geralt. But yeah, I especially appreciate that they didn't go that route, and at least from this vantage point, seeming as though we are going to spend more time at Kaer Morhen, I do like that. Yeah, it's not just like a random stop we're gonna make just to acknowledge it was there in the stories and then the books and all that. It feels like a real place that we get to inhabit.
Yeah,
that's a part of the life of Geralt. You know,
and it is cool to see it like realized too in the animated movie. I'm sure in other mediums, maybe the books had photos, images too, illustrations, but to see it brought to life.
They had photos from the real Kaer Morhen.
That wasn't real, was it?
It was a real place.
No, it wasn't. I know Witchers were real, but Kaer Morhen was real.
I've seen a Leshy before, but Kaer Morhen, I mean, come on, this has been a stretch,
a bunch
bro.
of bullshit, man. Anyway, guys, what did you think about this episode? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that bell, hit that like button. Oh yeah, we should shout out some patrons who are pledged to a special tier. Name call out time. Kick it off, John.
Jason Dolan. Jason's Irish.
Eva DRAZDÍKOVÁ Supernova.
Chase Gardner wearing garters.
Natalie Doran caught snoring. Disgusting.
It's Melanie LeBlanc o'clock.
That took you 20 seconds to come up with.
Yeah.
That's what took you 20. Top 10, Jen Smith.
Philip Justice Smith Jr.
My heart has fallen for Colin.
Rosie Beatty, let's go ice skating.
Justin Martin, always farting.
SJ94, what do you got in store?
Rogue Cree, I drink your pee.
Melissa Gunterman, except no otherman.
Banana Joanna St. Louis. I'd eat you up like a fruit.
He'd make a great leader, that Peter Pacheco.
Never feel jaded by simply faded.
Lauren American Horse is the source of all my joy in life.
You know my motto, the Jedi bro before ho.
Sean Don's in for the long con.
Levitt Odell is on a highway to hell.
Kazmataz Patton.
Differently sane is unusually in pain.
Olivia, what a DELGUY.
Kathleen with the greatest spleen, Mayor. Thank you all for pledging. I'm sure we made it well worth it.
This is what you waited for all month.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys.
Happy New Year.